practice team led by Jane Krieger. And I'm really happy to see so many of you because, like, you know, in between, like, all people stand up and left. So it's great to see that some people came as well. All right, so I've been to several Agile talks here, and it seems like we are doing the similar way of speaking. So I'm going to follow the same way. I am not going to talk about, like, stand-ups and that they should be only 15 minutes and stuff like that. So I'm terribly sorry if you are expecting that because I'll be disappointing you. Oh, this does not work. Oh, yes. What I will be talking about is going to be my personal experience with one Agile team over the past 9 months I have been working with them. So I'm going to talk about people. I'm not talking about the way we work, but I'll try to explain who are the people we work with and what do they do on daily basis. And the team is the modularity team. So who was here on Friday? Right? Did you all get the modularity sticker? Ooh. And now, a trick question. Did you put it on your laptop the correct way? Ah, good one. I wanted to give you some more, but unfortunately Adam took them all away because they are precious, so I'm sorry. All right, so this is the team. We have got about 14 people on a team, which is quite a lot. And I'm including the people who are our stakeholders on a team intentionally as well, because we talk to them on quite regular basis. So this is the team. We have got 6 engineers who are facing inside of that team. We have got additional 4 different roles, which are kind of sitting on 2 chairs, really. We are like inside of the team, but we also have to deal with stuff which is outside. And then we have got 2 stakeholders who kind of don't really work with the team on daily basis, but we need to talk to them anyway, because they are very important for us. And what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to go person by person, and I'm going to introduce them to you. Our great product manager. Perfect. He, by the way, wears glasses, you know. All right, so what does he do on daily basis? Well, this guy is very busy because he is overlooking about 6 different products across the RHEL RHEL department. So most of his time he's sitting on meetings. He's having discussions with various different people. So when he's got time, he reads his emails as well. So it's a very, very difficult person to get in touch with because he's just very busy with not only us. We would love to have one product manager for like our team, but that's not possible. We have to share him though. Right, so what does he bring to the team? Very important thing is that he's, for us, the guy who is presenting the customer's view. He's the one who brings in the business requirements based on which we kind of decide what we are going to do. He's the one who owns the PRD, so that's the requirement document. And he is the one we discuss with the priorities of the project. Okay, so that's like what he brings to us, but like what can we give to him? Well, it's easy. We have to guarantee that we will give back the work he asked for, right? So this is something the team needs to commit to. Also, he expects from us that, like, when he comes up with these like business requirements, we come back with some like engineering propositions on how we are going to fix that or how we are going to implement it in a new tool. So it's like, yeah, pretty good understanding there. Next one, team lead. He kind of looks like that too. Sitting in the middle of the room, not pointing fingers. Alrighty, so yes, that's a guy who is actually like doing a lot of work for the team. So not only that he's talking outside with other teams, but he needs to make sure that everybody on the team is happy. So what does he do every day? He's kind of there to support the team members. So people come to him with questions, and he's trying to like either point them to the right people or point them to the right direction or help them. He's also the guy who is discussing with architects and also the product manager. But he's also the guy who needs to make sure that we have got all our work well recorded in cards and that they are reviewed and that we all know where to find that. Okay? So what does he do to us with respect of like how can we benefit from that role? Well, he's the one who is keeping the team focused and on the right track. So he's the one who understands what we are doing, and he's the one who is telling us, hey, we cannot do this because this doesn't correspond to the tool we are developing, so we have to do something else today. Also, the team is getting from the outside a vision, but we don't work on a vision. We work as engineers on tasks, right? On features or on improvements. And the team lead is there to help us to set up these tasks which you engineers can work on. Okay, so what he needs? Well, first of all, he needs from the outside of the team a list of project requirements. He needs to know what we should be doing, right? That's clear. But inside of that team, he needs to know that the team is committed to deliver in a high quality. So he cannot go to each engineer. I told you we have like 6. He cannot come to each of them and talk to them separately on daily or hourly basis, because we are a distributed team. That's not possible. So he needs a commitment from the team that team is going to deliver good quality work and that they know what they are doing. And if they don't, that they just speak up. Subject matter experts. We have 2, a girl and a guy. We have got more girls on the team than just me. All right, so we have got 2 different types of subject matter experts, but they both work for us for 50%, so we have to share them, and that's not easy. One of our subject matter experts is a person who is also a people manager, so she has to distribute her time between different projects, but also between different people, and it makes it difficult, because we go out to these guys and we ask them questions. These guys are the ones who tell us, hey, you are doing this and you're using this technology I'm expert in. So, hey, let's do it this way because that's the best way you can use it. So also very busy people. What do they do? How they help the team? Well, they help the team that they talk to us about the subject they are experts in. So when we have to do something in a certain way, and actually not too many people in a team knows that have that experience or expertise, they are here to help us to develop it. And of course, they help us to also use the technology wise and well and to its maximum. What do they need from us? They need to understand what's the team vision. And this is, by the way, something I'll be repeating, or I have already said before. The team vision is a very important thing. We need to know where we are going. We need to know where we are heading. Because how can we possibly work if we don't know what is going to be the outcome? So that's a very important thing. And because they have to give an expertise in certain subject, they also need to understand what are the technical parameters of the features we are asking them to improve, right? So that's one level lower than the vision. Agile practitioner, that's me. I've got a ponytail for this. Right, okay, so I don't work only with one team. I work with 3 teams. And each of them really need some tender loving care. And what do I do in my free time? Well, free time when I'm out of the meetings. I am trying to organize these meetings. And that's not easy if you have 3 teams and only 3 hours of overlap, right, every day. So when I organize a meeting, I also have to make sure that we know what we are going to talk about. So we discuss agenda. I have got about 30 different people I see in a meeting. So it's quite not an easy thing to do. But also, I am located in Brno, and there are not too many Agile practitioners here in Brno. So I also make sure that I have time to talk to you guys about agility and help to solve your questions, or at least be supportive in your teams. Right, so what is my role in a team? I'm hoping to make the team happy and motivated and work in an effective way. I also try to get some organization into the chaos, so I'm there to set up some processes with help of the team and make an agreement that we will work that way. What do I need? Well, it's very simple. I need commitment that we will all work the way we agreed, and then we talk and we communicate. And if something does not work, that people are not afraid to speak up. Engineer. I'm sorry, not all our engineers are looking like that. We actually have engineers with more hair, normally. Right, so this is the engine of our work. This team of 6 engineers is there to really move things forward. And they spend hours each day to discussing solutions and to write code and write tests. So really, they focus on the development of the tool we committed to deliver. How do they contribute? Well, clearly, they are the engine, so they work, they deliver. That's the result of our team. Because we are quite proof of concept research team, so they also need to go and talk to different people to find solutions to the problems. Okay, so what do they need? It's again the vision. They need to understand where we are heading. They need to understand why we are there and what we are doing. We are just people and we are individuals, and each individual would like to also know what he or she is expected to deliver. And this is very important for engineers as well. They need to know what is asked on them, right, as individuals. And of course, they need support, and they need support from everybody around. Okay, two more. Yeah. Program manager. We have another lady on the team, a program manager. Actually, 3 ladies now. So that's a person, she's not with us on daily basis. We only see her every now and then. Why? Because she is the one who is overlooking the entire program. So she has got about 5 projects she needs to look at and take care of. So it's only some of us who interact with her on a regular basis. Yeah, what does she do in her day? Also, a lot of meetings, really a lot. And she's the one who is trying to discuss with different departments or with different teams what is the vision of a program, where we are heading, what is going to be inside of that release, and when this is going to go out. So that's her job. She on a daily basis, she's looking at timelines and setting milestones and stuff like that. How does she contribute? Well, that's the body which makes us to move forward with respect of delivering certain features out to the customer. So she's there to track. She's tracking the team that we are doing well with what we have agreed will deliver, so that we are delivering. And she also, because we have to collect requirements from different places, so she's the one who also helps us and supports us with collection of these requirements. What does she need from us? Well, she needs to know if we have problem, and she can help us to resolve it with respect of resources or with respect of like risks and stuff like that. So if suddenly we have got a big blocker we cannot overcome because we are dependent on another team who is not delivering according to their plan, she is the one who helps us to talk to the guys who lead these teams and make sure that we agree on some type of compromise of priorities. An architect. That's also a bit off because our architect doesn't have a mustache, and instead of pencil he kind of tends to have a cat walking around his keyboard and stuff like that. So that's also not really great, but anyway. So we work with an architect, but what does he do all day? Well, he is constantly in talks discussing some improvements to the overall architecture, to changes. He's the one who is documenting a lot of stuff, distributing across different teams. How does he work with us? Right, so I told you we are working on like a proof of concept research type of project. So we need him a lot because we need to discuss with him some potential changes to the architecture, and he's the devil's advocate here. Like every time we come with this great idea how this could work, he comes and says, this scenario, that's not going to work. So he's there really to help us see our project from various different views, right? But he's also a very smart guy, so he'll help us to find out some solution, and he's helping us to resolve some problems. Okay, so what does he need in order to give us all this wisdom, right? So he needs to understand, again, where we are heading with this project. And it's been, I think, 4 times here. So this is a very important one when you work in a team environment. We need to know what's the goal. And he needs to also, because he's a technical guy, understand the parameters and how things can go. Okay, that was the team, right? So as you can see, there were a lot of very different personas here. And these personas need to work together really on a daily basis. But they have sometimes different needs and they have different responsibilities and roles. And I think we did pretty well in like accommodating together and working together as one. We all understand, I hope, what our role is in that team. What are we supposed to do to make the team work fine? And where are we heading? And not only with the product goal, but like also what is our goal as a team, like, you know, self-organization and stuff like that. I know this is, like I said, I'm not going to really have an agile talk, but guys, our Scrum board rocks. Seriously, it's great. Because anytime now, any moment you can go to Trello and you see what we are working on. You'll see it because we are updating our cards. So it's great. Everybody can just, you know, see the reports. We have got a lot of meetings, as is usual. But you know what? We change our meetings. We adapt them to our needs. So, for instance, we realized that we don't have enough technical discussions. And we added them. And it's actually put the other meetings a bit more in ease and made them a bit more relaxed. Because people understand that they can discuss technical stuff, but just like not on Scrum meetings. Very good one. We demo. We demo every sprint and every team member makes a demo. We record these demos in advance. There are 2-minute slots. And you can all look at them and watch them on YouTube. So it's really great. It's a good thing, and I'm very happy that team is doing this. Yeah, velocity, right? So like, we don't like to size cards and we don't like to plan. We tend to overplan a lot. But it doesn't matter because our velocity is actually constant. What happens is that like we tend to deliver about the same amount of work every sprint, which is great because it helps us planning. So like when we hear from the program manager that we need to tell her what we are going to deliver in half a year time, we kind of can because we know how quickly we work, right? So it's really helpful. And what I love the most probably is that people are talking to each other, and it's not just like our team lead who does cards, but everybody on the team is responsible and is engaged and wants to help and put up cards. So it's great. I think we work the way we want, and if we don't want it, we just change it. And that's really, I think, what makes the team good and how I think a healthy team should look like. By the way, I didn't draw the caricatures, so that was Ondráš, so thank you for him. Okay, so that's all from me. If you have questions, please shoot.
Okay, so what are some problems you see very often and you are a little bit tired of, would like to don't be so recurring?
Okay, so the question is, what are some of the problems we have that are recurring?
It's more like we are very often observed.
What are the problems that I observe often? I just have to repeat it for the microphone. Okay, so usually, like at the beginning, we had problems understanding what each meeting is about. So we tend to like do everything in one meeting, right? So like when we had grooming, we were also when we had planning, we were also grooming cards and stuff like that. So we learned not to do it, and that's great because now we are really focusing on what we decide to do. We prepare agendas for meeting, and we are very strict in this, because then we know that if there's something out of the agenda we are discussing, we are wrong. We have to move it to another meeting or another talk. And that was really helpful creating these Kabal technical meetings, because a lot, when we have meetings, there starts to be ideas coming out, and people say, oh, let's put it on the agenda for Kabal, and we talk about it there. So this meetings is one of the most difficult ones, I think. Sushma.
Is there, how do you deal with scope changes? Is there any such problem that happens? Like you're working on a sprint and suddenly there's a new change that is introduced and you might have to drop it or something like that?
Okay, so the question is, how do we deal with scope changes? Well, we are a research team, right? So we have that quite a lot. And I think that, I'm not going to promote agility here, but like, I think that the way we work is helping us because we can rediscuss the requirements and we can narrow them down, or we can choose the stream which way we'll go. It's a lot of discussions, but I think that's why we are there. That's the purpose of it.
Impact on the stream?
We don't change scope in a sprint. When there is a change, we do it. It's like, we do it afterwards.
Can you just clarify a bit what the subject matter expert does? So just the bit where I'm confused is you have product manager that's translating customer requirements, and then you have an architect that's working with the technical team to design and implement that. And so what is the subject, where do they fit? The subject
Right, so the question is what our subject matter experts do and what's the difference between product management and the architect. Right, so we have got two subject matter experts. One is working in containers and the other one is QE. Right, so these are the two topics. Like we don't have we have good engineers who do containers, but she's the one who talks to different teams and has the generic experience and tries to find out from different teams how they work with containers and how we can improve it. But if you want a bit more technical stuff, then go to our team lead because I'm not the very technical person. And the QE is helping us to write, let's say, how we are going to test modules. Right, so that's why he's there with us. More questions?
So typically, if you would like to, with your experience now, how could you address, like in a normal week, how many iterations and how different, like for example, for the planning, for the technical discussions, what actually is the delivery between?
Sorry,
How many meetings do we do a scrum?
Yes, exactly.
How many meetings do we in a sprint? Wow, okay, so they are I'm sorry that I skipped them. They're daily stand-ups which are actually not every day, but every other day. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday. 15 minutes strict, no longer. We have got planning, which is an hour, right? Grooming, which is an hour, but planning is only once a sprint. We have 2-week sprints. Grooming is every week because we need to meet and talk about cards. Demo is half an hour at the end of the sprint, but sometimes faster. Retrospective, very important. Dina was just giving some workshop on that. We do about 45 minutes to an hour. And then we have got cabal meetings, and there's one which has 1 hour every week, and there's also a Fedora Working Group IRC meeting, which is once a week, an hour. And that's where the technical stuff is discussed.
Thank you very much.
Last question.
More details about Cabal meeting?
Okay?
What is Cabal?
That's the technical meeting. That's where the guys swarm and talk dirty stuff like technical solutions and stuff like that. I don't go there because I'm lost after 1 second, I see Sushma has a question, but is there somebody else? Okay, Matt.
Oftentimes the teams tend to be small, so you have a single person doing multiple roles. What roles would you advise against a single person doing at the same time, like being like a project owner and a developer? Is that a good mix or things like that?
Right, so the question is that sometimes teams don't have the luxury of having a person for each role, but what's the best mix of roles? Okay. So for me, I think it's up to you, guys, what fits the team, because every team is different. So, sometimes it's great to have a moving role. For instance, Scrum Master, that's a perfect example. If you don't have a Scrum Master, you can either delegate somebody in a team to do that work, or you just say, hey, but let's move it. Like 2 sprints is one, another 2 sprints is somebody else. Or you just split the activity, so you dissolve the roles. And sometimes maybe you have got a person who can take the product owner stuff on. It's really up to the team. And thank you so much. Time is out.